What's going on, people? Welcome to your night view. Welcome to the preview for our trip to Molineux, should I say? What, Molineux? Wolverhampton Wanderers, the stadium of Molineux. Tomorrow night, we will be facing Wolves away. Big game, back to the Premier League after playing in the FA Cup against Newport. Eric Ten Hag is described us as having a little bit of prep for this. Good prep for this. Playing a game behind closed doors, then a game against Newport, and now we arrive in the Premier League. He says that we're ready. Players coming back from injury. It's a good spot. And you know what? Listen, I've said my piece on the Rashford situation. I'm not trying to go back or bring it all up again and start. I know you're probably saying, Flex, just leave it. Eric Ten Hag said, case closed. But what I am going to ask, and I'm going to put the question to you guys, is will Rashford start? I think the answer is yes. Me personally, I think he will. He has to have a good game after what's happened in the media and after the situation that he's found himself in. Make him play bad and see what happens. I tell you what, if we see any not running properly or looks like he can't be bothered or he scores and gives it the beans and all of that, like, that's going to be an issue. And I hope I don't see any of them things, because if he does start, I want to see him on point. I want to see him at it. I want to see him, putting in a shift. And one thing that he is in control of, I know you can't turn your form on and off like a tap, right? But what you can change instantly is the endeavor, is the intensity, is the intention. And even if he doesn't score or assist or whatever it is, if Ten Hag starts him, he better put it in. And I'm not just trying to hound him out, but at the end of the day, this is the situation that Marcus is going to find himself in with the controversy that's happened around the decisions that he has made. You might disagree with me. You might think actually that he won't start. You might think he'll be on the bench. But I think the way Ten Hag was talking in the presser in terms of, he had the ready-made answers ready for Rashford. Apart from the consistent line, which was case closed, internal matter, it's over, can we talk about the game? But when he's actually talking about Marcus Rashford, when someone said, how can you get him back to his best form, etc., what did he say? He said, mate, last couple of games, 2 assists, mate. So he said. What he said, he's basically saying he's playing good, he's playing all right. So, yeah, I think we have to, I personally think we have to expect Rashford to start. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you're feeling about that. Let me know if you think that is what's going to happen. Let me know your thoughts on the situation. If he does start, is that a disgrace? What would the other players think? What will the other players think if he comes in and starts? And I know Anthony's been absolutely dreadful. Awful, right? And Rashford is better than Anthony. I know that. I'm just saying. What would Anthony think? He said, I've scored in the last game. I didn't miss training and stuff, I scored, kissed the badge for him, and he's Ten Hag's guy. I want to kick on. I know it's only against Newport, but I want a chance to get going again. Start me. Is that going to piss him off? If Garnacho has to sit and maybe Anthony starts on the right and he puts, because Anthony, Garnacho didn't play well against Newport. But, young kid, he's doing everything right. He's trying. He's got the right endeavour. He's just making the wrong decisions in games sometimes. Other games he's doing absolutely fine. What if he drops to the bench and sees Marcus Rashford start? What sort of message do you think that will send to the team? Or will they just not care? Is it a mountain out of a molehill? Do you think they'll just go, well, you know what? Eric explained to us that it was an internal matter. He had his fine. He missed the game against Newport. Us as players, we're okay with it. I don't think that'll be the case. I think if someone drops out instead of him, whoever that player is, which, let's face it, it's probably going to be Anthony. Even though Anthony doesn't have a leg to stand on in terms of how crap he's been playing, I do think there will be a little bit of, well, hang on a minute, guy wasn't even here the other day. But we have to wait and see what that looks like. I'm going to charge these up because I don't need these right now. What also we can talk about is the midfield. I want to talk about the midfield. Bruno, Casemiro, Kobe. That is the midfield I want to see starting. That is the midfield that I think it should be going forward. I mean, I really want Mason Mount to get back fit again. He's still not quite fit enough yet. Eric Ten Hag did tell us that. He's still not quite fit enough to return, but him and Malacia are back training with the team, but it's too soon. But going forward, I definitely think Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo and Bruno is the right way to go. And we need to see it develop. Ten Hag did stress that the players coming back as well from long-term injuries or in and out with illness or short-term injuries, but just inconsistencies because of injuries. They need a little bit of time to get up to speed as well. And this is the Premier League now. This is what it's about. So look, I think we're in a situation where We got the players coming back. Look at the back four. Look at the back four. You know, Varane, Martinez back in there, Luke Shaw back at left back, Dalot at right back. Onana's back now. Saw him driving into Carrington today. Yeah, I mean, is it too quick for him to start? I bet he probably does start. I bet he probably does. But what you have to say is that Man United need to win this game, because let's actually get into the complexities of the game. Wolves, right? If they beat us, go above us. Let that sink in. And this is no disrespect to Wolves, by the way, because they've been absolutely fantastic. They've got Pedro Neto back in there, Cunha scoring goals, you know, Lamina and Doyle in midfield. You know, Doherty left wing back, he's back at his old club. Semedo's doing well. Max Kilman still got Craig Dawson in the centre, but you know, obviously Bellegarde up front. But they are a tough nut to crack. You know, they ran up on Chelsea there, didn't they? You know, they're always difficult to beat at Molineux. So we've always found it difficult. Even the game last year, which ironically, Rashford was dropped to the bench because of being late. You know, we weren't great in that game. We was not great in that game at all. I think the year before that, I can't remember who got the winner. Was it? I think it might have been Mason Greenwood. I think it was. I was there. It was when we just got Ronaldo. I'm sure it was when we just got Ronaldo, and I don't know how we won the game. We should never have won the game, and he scored near the end. It's what my point is that it's always tough going to Wolves, and like I said, that shows what these types of games are like. If we get beat off Wolves, they literally go above us in the league on goal difference last time I checked, and that is a massive problem. Wolves currently sit in 11th place on 29 points, and Manchester United sit in 9th with 32 points. So there you have it. 3 points behind, but their goal difference is -1 and ours is -5, and obviously if they beat us, that would just extend that. So they will be above us, and we will probably drop down to like 11th, or well, depending on what happens with Chelsea, maybe we might still be 9th. I don't know, or might go down to 10th and Chelsea go down to 11th, should I say? But it wouldn't be pretty, would it? And the pressure is on. Eric Ten Hag has told us about players coming back. He's told us about, you know, we need to raise the level, and he made an interesting point saying that, you know we can beat anyone on our day, which, you know, last season was true. We beat everyone at home, didn't we? On our day, beat Barcelona, so we proved we can beat some good teams. Not this year. We've proved we can beat them at home. We proved we can beat them away. But that's a good level. But when we are in our lowest levels, we're awful, is what he's saying. And he's right. He's right. We're absolutely shocking in our lowest levels. So I want to see us put in a performance. These are two big games coming up against Wolves, and then again at home against West Ham on Sunday. We owe them one as well for what they did to us at London Stadium. So look, all eyes are going to be on Rashford if he starts, and it's understandable. But the only way he can silence what's going on is having a good performance, is scoring goals, and putting this mess behind him. I've said my piece on it. I don't want to keep going back. You know what I thought about the sanction, and I know a lot of you agreed, a lot of you didn't. A lot of you sided with KG. One thing I am happy with is that Ten Hag did just say in-house, and I'm going to deal with it so that we can just move on, and it isn't some drawn-out long thing. Even though I didn't agree fully with the sanction, at least I know what it is now, and there's a line under it. And now the only thing that needs to happen is for the games to accumulate and Marcus Rashford to put his finger out and hopefully start playing well, because that's what we want to see. We want to see him start playing well for us, which we haven't seen all this season. And yeah, I just think the fact that we're getting these players back now off injury, and the fact that, you know, Eric Ten Hag has sort of alluded to that, the pressure's on, mate. The pressure's on. You got to deliver. He's got to deliver. Yeah, he does, because like KG was saying, one thing we did definitely agree on yesterday in the Flex and KG show is that, you know, the audition starts now for Ineos. The audition starts now. And it's not going to go down well if we keep losing games. Ineos haven't given up on reaching the top four. Spurs play obviously against Brentford at the time of recording. I don't know what's going to happen there. They're going to keep moving further away, I should imagine. Aston Villa sort of dropping down a little bit, but at the end of the day, we have to make sure we win, and that's not going to be easy against a really good Gary O'Neill side. And you know, people like Pedro Neto, people like Cunha, they can hurt you. They really, really can hurt you. Huang's still not there. He scored the winning penalty for Korea in the Asia Cup, so you know that's one less player to worry about from our perspective. But if we turn up and play to our full capabilities, we should be good enough to go and beat Wolves. You know, the best version of Wolves versus the best version of Man United. But the problem is how often can we say that we can see the best version of ourselves? And that's why I'm not confident in this game. I'm not going to lie. It'd be the most Man United-like thing to do, to go and get turned over and let Wolves go above us. You know, I think on the DR show, I think I predicted we'd lose 2-1. And I know that sounds a bit pessimistic, and as it gets closer to the game, I kind of want to change that. But what I will say is this, without giving my prediction again and standing by it, because I want to be positive, I'm not comfortable with this game. I'm not. I know how difficult it is to win there, and I'm just not sure what we're going to get with our team. But the positives are the back four's back in place. Casemiro's back. Can he get some form? Kobbie Mainoo's coming into it now, looking good, looking strong. Rasmus Højlund, you know, are they going to actually pass to him? Are they going to set this guy up? Are they going to give him chances? Hopefully they do. But they haven't done so far, but we need to bring him into the game. So there you go. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know what your predictions are, and let me know your starting lineups. Let me know if you think Marcus Rashford should be starting or not, yes or no, and what sort of response will you have if he does, and how do you think the players will respond? Or do you not care? Just move on. Let me know. Take care. Peace.